The first thing is to remember this: valleys are temporary places of transition in your life. David says, even though I walk through the valley, I will fear no evil, even though I walk through the valley. Everyone's life contains both peaks and valleys. You cannot go through life without having mountaintop experiences and also valleys in life, high points and low points. You've had them in your life. You've had some really amazing high points in your life, and I'm sure that you've had a low point or two in your life, perhaps even right now as we're going through this challenge together. Low points happen to all of us. But many times when we're going through the lowest points of life, that's the valley points of life, we fail to remember that valleys actually are important places, just like high points in life are important places. A valley can be a very important place as well. If you study the scriptures, you'll find out that some of the most significant battles that Israel faced, these battles happened and victories were won in a valley. It was a turning point for the nation of Israel. It was a turning point for families and people because they fought the battle in the valley. It was the valley that was the place where the battle raged and the battle was won. And so in that sense, valleys are important. They provide places of victory. But there's something else I want you to note about a valley. A valley primarily is meant to be a place of transition. It's a place that we move through. David understood this because as David had led sheep earlier in his life as a shepherd boy, he understood that what a good shepherd does is a good shepherd will always keep the sheep on the move to the better pasture land. And so many times the best pasture land was the tableland that was higher up. And so to get to the higher places of tableland, a shepherd had to always take his sheep through the valley to get them to the tableland. You couldn't get to the high places without going through the low places. You could not get to the tableland that was high, the mesas that were high, without going through the valleys that were low. And I want you to remember today that God is always calling you and wanting you and I to go higher in our lives, but the only way you can get to a higher spot in your life in a relationship with God is by going through some low points in your life. You'll never get to higher places in God without also going through some valleys in your life. You have to pass through those valleys, and they're transition places. They're not places that are designed for you to stay there. They're places that actually move you to a higher or better place.